That's actually what I did. Really?
Good evening.
Good evening.
To our family, special guests, worshipful sirs and brethren, I would like to welcome you to Gardena Moneta Lodge, number 372, 120th installation of officers. Thank you for your presence in this important event. It's great to see familiar and new faces. Brethren, as I approach the culmination of my tenure As Master of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation and connect with you. To my wife, Glenda, when couples work together on schedules and parenting duties, the life of a Mason becomes easier. I am grateful for the support my wife provided during my term as an officer of Gardena Moneta Lodge. She has been a constant source of encouragement, never allowing me to become discouraged by life's obstacles. With this, I remember a passage in the Holy Writings. Do all that you have in mind, his armor-bearer said. Go ahead, I am with you, heart and soul. Unquote. My wife, you are my armor-bearer. Thank you. According to the Holy Scriptures, start children on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. To my children, Abigail Jade and Randy Theo, I think I began guiding you both early on, as you observe my happiness when bonding with my brothers, my dedications to mastering my craft, and my perseverance in striving to become a better person. I aspire to have taught you to live by 3 fundamental principles: finding inner serenity, cultivating a passion of learning, and boldly pursuing your aspirations. Thank you both for generously spending your Fridays with me and my brethren. I love you both. To the thanks and ladies of the lodge, the support of a wife or a special someone is crucial for the success of a Mason, as it helps him to feel confident and validated in his role as a better man and a better child of the great architect of the universe. A Mason believes in God, and he knows that he has been placed in a position of responsibility, and the pressures of life can be overwhelming at times. The encouragement and trust from you, Atangs and sisters, are essential for him to continue striving for excellence, as you are his closest ally and confidante. Your belief in him and his abilities is a key factor in his self-confidence and the ability to become a better man. Thank you for all your support in Gardena Moneta Lodge. To my fellow brethren from other lodges, I extend deepest gratitude for the unwavering brotherly love that has been consistently demonstrated during my tenure, as we are all united under the Grand Lodge of California, adhering to its guiding principles, edicts, and constitution. Through my visits to your lodges, I have come to realize that we share a common bond, transcending our differences and celebrating our similarities. We are reminded that in our fraternity, there are no divisions of color, race, or superiority. Instead, we are a vibrant tapestry of California Freemasons, warmly welcoming one another into our home lodges. I have also witnessed remarkable acts of aid, support, and protection among us, forging unbreakable bonds between our inter-lodges and inspiring unparalleled Masonic growth throughout California. Let us continue to work together, uplifting one another and making a profound impact in the lives of good men, striving to make them better. To the incoming wardens and officers for the lodge, Embrace the learning process and don't fear mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's how we learn and grow. Instead of focusing on the mistake itself, focus on the lesson and recovery. By doing so, you'll differentiate yourself and unlock valuable insights that will be valuable as you go through the line. To the Master of Gardena, Moneta Lodge for the Masonic year 2025. Today, before I entered the lodge, I shook your hand and whispered sentiments of brotherly love, relief, and truth. We have pledged to serve this lodge together in harmony, like cohesive family, reflecting brotherly love. Your accession to the Eastern Seat brings me tremendous relief as I depart the office, confident that a worthy successor is taking over. With heartfelt sincerity, I can confidently and fervently declare that serving this lodge is a profound honor and privilege. And I am fervently rooting for you to have a truly great Masonic year. Reflecting truth, Brother Terence, I will leave you with this quote. The last part of success is to pass your work on to those who will do better than you, unquote. I believe that under your leadership, Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372 will be an exceptional lodge. I am passing the work to you. To the members of Gardena Moneta Lodge, thank you for entrusting me the profound honor of serving as master of our cherished lodge for the previous Masonic year. For me, the distinction represents a sacred privilege, accompanied by immense responsibility. Consequently, I have approached this role with unwavering dedication. Titles are fleeting blessings, and it is not the prestige that unites our brotherhood. Instead, it is the harmony that serves as a foundation, strength, and support of each other. I learned that being the master is not about superiority, but about elevating the potential of every member, serving your brothers and listening to them as equals, inspiring a culture of unity, growth, and limitless possibility. The greatest achievement I believe we have attained in 2024 is that we, as a lodge, have functioned in a sublime harmony, a true testament to the transformative power of unity. My late father shared with me that he played the trumpet in the school band. The symphony they played would not resonate with beauty if one instrument did not work well together with others. Similarly, in Masonry, we are like a band, and each one of us has a distinct roles that, when executed together with precision and passion, create a majestic harmony that echoes the expanse of the collective humanity. I believe we have executed our roles together in harmony, with the great architect of the universe as our conductor, and in doing so, we have created a masterpiece of brotherhood and compassion that will be forever etched in the record of our lodge history. Brothers, let's recall that long-term triumph is fueled by perseverance. A success and failure is a temporary state. It's vital to uphold unwavering determination and resilience. whether basking in the glory of achievement or extracting valuable lessons from setbacks, and persist in striving towards our aspiration to become a better man. Thank you for your unrelenting support throughout my tenure in the East. I eagerly anticipate your continued backing as I embark on the next leg of my journey within our illustrious fraternity. I would also like to humbly request that we sustain our support for the officers and actively participate in the events they have slated for this forthcoming Masonic year. Lastly, I express my deepest gratitude to God Almighty, the great architect of the universe. He presented me with doubting challenges, but also gifted me with strength to conquer them. He sparked doubts, but also fueled my passion to overcome them. I am forever thankful for God's guidance and unwavering love. Gardena Moneta brothers, it is an honor and privilege to observe you. Thank you. Your brother, Randy Navarro Alikna. Brethren, I have now the honor to introduce to you the installing team for 2025. The installing chaplain, my predecessor, and the master that I have served with during his term, Worshipful Brother Michael Edmund Bondad Santos, past master. Our Master of Ceremonies, a twice Master of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372, and the officer's coach during my term, Worshipful Brother Jose June Halmasco Bernabe Jr., past Master. And the installing officer, a proud son of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372, and the past master of Sunnyside Lodge number 577, Worshipful Brother Jovito Recinto Rivera, past master.
Thank you. Thank you, Worshipper.
I will now hand over to Worshipful Jovito Rivera to continue with the ceremonies of installation.
Stop it already. You sound like my mom. That's a very good speech, retiring master. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372, 120th installation of officers. So first things first, I would like to do some housekeepings. First, if you have one of this is a good time that I kindly request you to please put it on silence or mute. Okay, and secondly, taking pictures is allowed, but no flash photography, please. And this will be done at the comfort of your seats. We have a official photographer, so he's allowed to roam around, okay? And also, in case of emergency, we have 3 exits, 1, 2, and 3. And last but not the least is that as each officer gets escorted to their respective places, please allow me to lead the applause, so that way we will be in unison, because there's a protocol to it where we get to applaud after the release. So having that said, thank you for bearing with me and good afternoon. Okay, so we shall proceed with the installation. Brother Master of Ceremonies, are the officers of this lodge lately chosen, present and ready to be installed in their respective offices?
They are without, worshipful sir, and await at your pleasure.
You will then conduct them to the seats prepared for them. You can smile, gentlemen.
We won't like any grudges.
In accordance with the teachings of our institution, it is our duty, before entering upon any great or important undertaking, to invoke the aid and blessing of God. Let us, therefore, reverently unite with our chaplain in an address to the throne of grace.
Great architect of the and ruler of the universe, we reverently invoke thy blessing at this time. Grant us thine aid in our present undertaking, that all we may do shall be done with an eye single to thy service and to the good of Freemasonry. May those who are now about to be invested with the government and conduct of this lodge be endued with wisdom to instruct their brethren in their duties, and may they be continually guided by the unerring counsel which thou hast given the great book of nature and revelation. May brotherly love, relief, and truth always prevail among the members of this lodge. May they be impressed with the comprehension of their duty to thee and to each other, that this lodge may be the means of lasting good in this community. And to thee we shall ascribe all the honor and glory. Amen.
Solemnity.
The Gardena Moneta Chapter Order of Dimolay will now present the flag of our great country.
Worshipful sir, it is our pleasure to present the flag of our country at the altar. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in saluting and pledging allegiance to the flag of our country. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. You will escort the flag of our country to its proper place in the east. The Gardena Moneta Chapter Order of Dimole is composed of Sean Santos, Calvin Viola, Isa Anad, and Lance Yee. Thank you very much for the presentation, gentlemen.
Worshipful Sir, the officers of this lodge are present and ready to be installed in their respective offices.
You will then present the brother who has been appointed Tyler of this lodge.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Buiser, who has been appointed Tyler of this lodge.
Brother Boyser, you have been appointed Tyler of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel and implement of your office. As the sword is placed in the hands of the Tyler, to enable him effectually to guard against the approach of cowens and eavesdroppers, and suffer none to pass or repass except such are duly qualified, so should it admonish us to set a guard over our thoughts, a watch at our lips, and post a sentinel over our actions, thereby preventing the approach of every unworthy thoughts and deeds, and preserving consciences void of offense towards God and man. You will now repair to your respective place. Good job on the applause, everybody. You listen. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the organist.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Juan, who has been appointed organist of this lodge.
Brother Juan, you have been appointed organist of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your office. The lyre is the jewel of your office. And as it is an emblem of music, it should continually remind us that as harmony is essential in the liberal art and science which it symbolizes, so should harmony continue to be the strength and support of all societies, especially of ours. Let harmony prevail. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the senior and junior stewards.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you Brothers Logrono and Solde, who have been appointed stewards of this lodge.
Brothers Logrono and Solde, you have been appointed stewards of this lodge, and I will now instruct you in your duties. In olden times, your province was to superintend and provide for the festivals of the craft, to assist in the collection of dues and subscriptions, to keep an account of the expenses for refreshments, and to see that the tables were properly supplied and every brother suitably provided for. In modern times, however, the provision for actual refreshments has diminished, and your principal functions will now be to prepare candidates for admission and to perform those duties which Masonic custom has assigned to you on days of procession. Receive the jewels of your office together with the white rods. You will now repair to your respective places. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the Marshal.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Paisan, who has been appointed Marshal of this lodge.
Brother Paisan, you have been appointed Marshal of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel and symbol of your office. The baton is an emblem of command and is sufficiently significant of your duties. You will, under the direction of the Master, take charge of all possessions of the lodge, and you are enjoined that the proper performance of many of our ceremonies will depend upon the manner in which your duties are discharged. You will now take your proper place. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the senior and junior deacons.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Cruz and Sipagan, who have been appointed senior and junior deacons of this lodge. This certificate vouches for the proficiency of the senior deacon.
Thank you, Worshipful Sir. Brothers Cruz and Zipagan, you have been appointed deacons of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewels of your office. indicate that this is your province to attend upon the master and wardens and act as their proxies in the active duties of this lodge. It will be your special duty, Brother Senior Deacon, to carry orders from the worshipful master in the east to the senior warden in the west and elsewhere about the lodge as required. Attend to all alarms at the door of the preparation room, receive and conduct candidates, introduce and accommodate visiting brethren. You, Brother Junior Deacon, to carry messages from the senior warden in the west to the junior in the south and elsewhere about the lodge as directed. Attend to all alarms at the door and see the lodge duly tiled. Those rods, my brothers, distinctive of your office, will now be entrusted to your care. And now, believing from your past deportment in the lodge that your duties will be discharged with ability and zeal, I dismiss you to your respective places. Brother Master of Ceremonies, this is going to be a challenge. You will present the Assistant Secretary.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Pangan, who has been appointed Assistant Secretary of this lodge.
Brother Pangan, you have been appointed Assistant Secretary of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your office. My brother, that single quill pen signifies that it is your duty to assist the lodge secretary in the discharge of the important duties of his office, and in his absence or inability, to see them faithfully executed. You will now take your proper place. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present, this is your challenge, the chaplain.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Leong, who has been appointed chaplain of this lodge.
Worshipful brother, that holy book which adorns our sacred altar is the great light in masonry, and forever sheds its benignant rays upon every lawful assemblage of free and accepted Masons. Teach us from its life-giving precepts. Invoke upon our labors the blessing of that divine being, whose infinite goodness it so fully reveals and unfolds to us, and guide us by its lessons of wisdom and truth, and you will have faithfully fulfilled your important trust. It is your duty to perform those solemn services which we should constantly render to our great Creator, and reverently to allure to brighter worlds and lead the way. And thus, by elevating our thoughts, strengthening our virtues, and purifying our minds, prepare us for admission into the society of the blessed in the realms of life and light eternal. It is fitting that an emblem of the sacred volume should be the jewel of your office, and with it, you will now be invested. Good job, Worshipful Jay. You will now take your proper place. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the Secretary-elect.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Zipagan, who has been elected Secretary of this lodge.
Brother Zipagan, you have been elected Secretary of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your office. I am persuaded that in your hands, the pens will make an enduring record. not only to your praise, but also to the welfare of this lodge. It is your duty to observe the will and pleasure of the worshipful master. Keep a faithful record of all things proper to be written. Transmit a copy of the same to the Grand Lodge when required. Receive all monies from the brethren, pay the same to the treasurer, and take his receipt therefore. You will now take your proper place. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the treasurer-elect.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Yi, who has been elected treasurer of this lodge.
Brother Yi, you have been elected treasurer of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your office. The keys have a twofold significance. They are instrument to bind as well as to make loose, to make fast as well as to open. They will never, I am confident, be used by you in any other manner than that in which the Constitution, laws and regulation of the lodge shall direct. You are to receive all money from the secretary, keep a just and accurate account thereof, and pay the same out by order of the worshipful master with the consent of the lodge. You will now take your proper place. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the junior warden-elect.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Canosa, who has been elected junior warden of this lodge. This certificate of proficiency, this certificate vouches for his proficiency.
Thank you, worshipful sir. Espinoza, you have been elected junior warden of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your station. The plum, my brother, admonishes us to walk uprightly in our several stations, to hold the scales of justice in equal poise, to observe the just medium between intemperance and pleasure, and to make our passions and prejudices coincide with the line of our duty. To you is committed the superintendence of the craft during the hours of refreshment. It is necessary, therefore, that you should practice moderation and discretion in the indulgence of your own inclinations, and that you carefully preserve that the means of refreshment are not converted to improper or excessive use. Your regular and punctual attendance is particularly requested, and I have no doubt that you will faithfully execute the duty which you owe to your present appointment. Look well to the south. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the senior warden-elect.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Floyd, who has been elected senior warden of this lodge. I find him to be of good morals, true and trusty, and possesses the love and confidence of his brethren. This certificate proves his proficiency.
Thank you, Worshipful. Brother Floyd, you have been elected senior warden of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel of your station. The level, my brother, demonstrates that we are descended from the same stock, that we partake of the same nature and share the same hope, and that although distinctions among men are necessary to preserve subordination, yet no eminence of station should make us forget that we are brethren. For he who is placed in the lowest spoke of the fortune's wheel may be entitled to our regard, because a time will come and the wisest know not how soon, when all distinctions, save that of goodness, shall cease, and death, the mighty leveler of human greatness, reduce us to the same state. Your regular attendance in our stated meetings is essential. In the absence of the master, you are to govern the lodge. In his presence, you are to assist him in the government of it. I firmly rely on your knowledge of masonry and attachment to the lodge for the faithful discharge of the duties of this important trust. Look well to the west. Brother Master of Ceremonies, I know you are tired, so I just learned that we have a surprise musical interlude from our brother Michael Mediano. So we could be seated. Brother Michael Mediano, where are all of you? Ladies and gentlemen, by Brother Michael Mediano from ALTP Lodge. Please give him a big hand.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will comfort you. I am your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls opaque, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when you need a friend, when pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me
Stop it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I am taking credit for it. It's the voice, brother Terence, worshipful to be installed. Did you see? Can we give both gentlemen a round of applause again? Brother Master of Ceremonies. You will then present. Where are we at? Also, I got carried away with that one.
I think we're done, worshipful.
Yes, we are. We are done. Okay, you will now make proclamation. Okay, now kidding aside, let's proceed. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will now present the brother who has been elected to discharge the important duties of Master of this lodge. That's you, worshipful. You sneaky.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation. I take pleasure in presenting to you Brother Panganiban, who has been duly elected to serve as master of this lodge.
Is it known that Brother Panganiban is well skilled in our ancient craft? Is he zealous in his regard for the interest of our order? And is he duly qualified to discharge the special duties of the Master's chair?
It is well known that he is all this. This certificate of proficiency is evidence that he is well skilled in our ancient craft. I find him to be of good morals, true and trusty, and I doubt not that he will discharge his duties with fidelity and with honor.
Thank you, Worshipful Sir. Worshipful Sir, the brethren of this lodge reposing confidence in your integrity, in your zealous regard for the interest of Masonry, and in your ability to discharge the special duties of the Master's chair, have chosen you to occupy that honorable position for the ensuing year. Are you willing to accept this important trust?
Yes.
I did not hear you.
Yes.
Use your microphone. No, no. Then, my brother, I shall most cheerfully proceed to install you in the dignified and honorable position to which the suffrage of your brethren has called you, not doubting that the dignity of the Oriental chair will be well preserved in your keeping, and that the interest and welfare of this lodge may be safely confided to your charge. Before commencing your investiture, however, it is necessary that you should signify your assent to those ancient charters and regulations which points out the duties of the master of a lodge, and which on no account are ever to be neglected or departed from. They are as follows. You agree to be a good man and true, and strictly to obey the moral law. You agree to be a peaceable citizen and cheerfully to conform to the laws of the country in which you reside. You promise not to be concerned in plots and conspiracies against government, but patiently to submit to the decisions of the Supreme Legislature. You agree to pay a proper respect to the civil magistrate, to work diligently, live creditably, and act honorably by all men. You agree to hold in veneration the original rulers and patrons of the Order of Masonry and their regular successors, supreme and subordinate according to their stations, and to submit to the awards and resolutions of your brethren when convened, in every case consistent with the Constitution of the Order. You agree to avoid private piques and quarrels, and to guard against intemperance and excess. You agree to be cautious in carriage and behavior, courteous to your brethren, and faithful to your lodge. You promise to respect genuine brethren and to discountenance impostors and all dissenters from the original plan of Masonry. You agree to promote the general good of society, to cultivate the social virtues, and to propagate the knowledge of the art. You promise to pay homage to the Grand Master for the time being, and to his officers when duly installed, and strictly to conform to every edict of the Grand Lodge or Assembly of Masons that is not subversive of the principles and groundwork of Masonry. You admit that it is not in the power of any man or body of men to make innovations in the body of Masonry. You promise a regular attendance on the committees and communications of the Grand Lodge on receiving proper notice and to pay attention to all the duties of Masonry on convenient occasions. You admit that no new lodge should be formed without permission of the Grand Lodge, and that no countenance should be given to any irregular lodge or any person clandestinely initiated within, on contrary to the ancient charges of the order. You admit that no person can regularly be made a Mason in or admitted a member of any regular lodge without previous notice and due inquiry into his character. You agree that no visitors shall be received into your lodge without due examination and producing proper voucher of their having been initiated in a regular lodge. These are among the ancient charges and regulations of free and accepted Masons, and to this, your assent must be freely given. Do you submit to these charges and promise to support these regulations as masters have done in all ages before you?
I do.
Then, my brother, in consequence of this assurance and with full confidence in your capacity and zeal, I will now install you Master of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will invest him with the jewel of his station. The square, my brother, is an emblem of moral rectitude. And as it is the special badge of the Master's office, it should continually remind you that not only by precept, but by example, you should promote good morals among the brethren, and thus endeavor to avert any shadow of scandal or reproach against the fraternity. Your former life has given evidence that this jewel would not be an unmeaning symbol in your hands, and I solemnly charge you to take good care that its luster be not dimmed through any act of yours. I now present to you the Book of Holy Writings. It is the great light in Masonry and should ever be the great law of the brotherhood. It will guide you to all truth. It will direct you to eternal happiness, and unattentive regard to the divine precept it contains will ensure you success in the fulfillment of the duties you are now about to assume. The working tools of our craft will next be presented to you, that as the master workman, you may instruct the craftsman in the various duties and virtues which they have been selected to illustrate. The square. Yes. Teaches us well to regulate our every action and to let our conduct be governed by the principles of morality and virtue. The compass teaches us to limit our desires in every station and never to suffer our passions and prejudices become the masters of our judgment. The rule: directs the undeviating discharge of all our duties, that we should press forward in the straight path of right and truth, without inclining to the one hand or the other in all our doings, having eternity in view. The plum is an emblem of moral rectitude. It teaches us to avoid all dissimulations and to pursue that honest and upright course in life, which would tend to our elevations in the higher realms of immortality. There are still other things that you will receive in charge. This book of constitutions. You are expected diligently to search, and from time to time, to cause its contents to be read in the lodge, that none may remain ignorant of the precepts it enjoins, or of the ordinances which it promulgates. This book contains the bylaws of your lodge, which it will be your special duty to see carefully and punctually executed. And this is the charter. Under the authority in which your lodge is held, and you are carefully to preserve and duly transmit to your successor in the master's chair. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will conduct the master to his station in the east. Sa akin natin. Come here, get closer. I'm not gonna bite you. Worshipful Master, I congratulate you on your ascension to this time-honored seat. The duties incumbent upon you in your exalted station are fraught with grave responsibilities. Remember that the honor, reputation, and usefulness of your lodge will materially depend upon the skill and assiduity with which you manage its concerns, and that the happiness of its members will be generally promoted in proportion to the watchful care with which you cherish the genuine principles of our institution. For a pattern of imitation, consider the great luminary of nature, which rising in the east regularly diffuses light and luster to all within its circle. In like manner, it is your province to spread and communicate light and instruction to the brethren of your lodge. Forcibly impress upon them the dignity and high importance of Masonry, and seriously admonish them never to disgrace it. Charge them to practice out of the lodge those duties which they have been taught in it, and by amiable, discreet, and virtuous conduct, to convince mankind of the goodness of this institution, so that when a person is said to be a member of it, the world may know that he is one to whom the burdened heart may pour out its sorrows, one to whom distress may prefer its suit, one whose hand is guided by justice and whose heart is expanded by benevolence. In short, by a diligent observance of the bylaws of your lodge, the constitutions of Masonry, and above all, the Holy Scriptures, which are given as the rule and guide of your faith, you will be enabled to acquit yourself with the highest honors here and lay up a crown of rejoicing which shall continue when time shall be no more. Please. Brothers, senior and junior wardens, you are too well acquainted with the principles of Masonry to warrant any distrust that you will be found wanting in the discharge of your respective duties. Suffice it to say that what you have seen praiseworthy in others, you should carefully imitate, and what in them may have appeared defective, you should yourselves avoid. You should be examples of discretion and propriety, for it is only by a due regard for our laws and regulations, as shown in your conduct, that you can expect obedience to them from others. You are assiduously to assist the master in the discharge of his trust, diffusing light and imparting knowledge to all whom he shall place under your care. In absence of the master, you will succeed to higher duties. Your acquirements must therefore be such as will ensure proper instructions to the craft. From the spirit which you have hitherto evinced, I entertain no doubt that your future conduct will be such as will merit the applause of your brethren and the testimony of a good conscience. Brethren of Gardena, Moneta Lodge number 372, please rise when able. My brethren, such is the nature of our Constitution, that as some must of necessity rule and teach, so must others, of course, learn to submit and obey. Humility in both is an essential duty. The officers who have been chosen to govern your lodge are sufficiently conversant with the rules of propriety and the laws of the institutions to avoid exceeding the power with which they are entrusted. And you are of too generous disposition to envy their preferment. I therefore trust that you will have but one aim: to please one another and unite in the grand design of promoting happiness. Finally, my brethren, as this association has been formed and perfected in so much unanimity and concord, so may it long continue. May you long enjoy every satisfaction and delight which friendship can afford. And may kindness and brotherly affection distinguish your conduct as men and as Masons. Within your peaceful walls, may your children's children celebrate with joy and gratitude the annual recurrence of this auspicious solemnity. And may the tenets of our profession be transmitted through this lodge, pure and unimpaired, from generation to generation. The lodge wardens and the members may be seated. Worshipful sir. Worshipful Master, it now remains for me to present to you the gavel, the emblem of power. In the hands of the Master, it may be made the instrument of great good or of greater evil. With it, the Master governs this lodge. And the welfare and prosperity of your lodge, in a great measure, depends upon its judicious use. In your hands, I am confident that it will be wielded for the best interest of your brethren. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will now make proclamation. Pagkatapos pumasok ka rito.
By order of the most worshipful Grand Lodge of free and accepted Masons of the state of California, I now proclaim the officers of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372 duly installed.
All the brethren will, under the direction of the Master of Ceremonies, salute the worshipful Master by the battery of 3 times 3.
Together, brethren.
Worshipful Master, behold your brethren. Brethren, behold your Master.
At this time, I will make the introduction for the past masters of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372. These men have served in the highest office within a Masonic lodge and has successfully fulfilled his duties as master. The term past indicates that these brethren have completed their term in the Oriental chair. May I call on Mike Santos, Worshipful Brother Mike Santos, Worshipful Brother June Bernabe Jr., Worshipful Brother Romel McCoy, 2014, Romel McCoy, are you here? Oscar Leos, Worshipful Brother Oscar Leos, Worshipful Brother Stan Nokan, Worshipful Brother Fred Davis, I saw him there earlier, Worshipful Brother James Trapp, Worshipful Brother Flor Cabanatan, please stand up, Worshipful Flor, thank you. Worshipful Brother Chris Araula, and Worshipful Brother Javier Villanueva. Let's give them a round of applause. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see. Oh, right here. I didn't see it. And our junior past master, Worshipful Brother Randy Aligna. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. We have the community leaders. I would like to formally introduce the community leaders that are with us today. With the following community leaders, please rise for introduction as your name is called. Nemi Mosquera, Carson City Veterans Commissioner. Ben Ponce, Carson Chess Club Secretary. Worshipful brothers, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. I would like to go to the youth orders leaders. The next group to be introduced are presiding officers of Masonic Youth Orders. The youth orders are International Order of Rainbow for Girls, Job's Daughter International, and Order of the Malay. Would the following youth order leaders please rise for introduction as your name is called? Sean Santos, Deputy Master Counselor, Southern California Jurisdiction, Order of the Malay. Thank you. Presiding officers of concordant dependent bodies, don't have any. Master of other lodges. The next individuals to be introduced are current sitting masters of other lodges. Would all current sitting masters of other lodges please rise as your name is called? Please remain standing until all have been introduced, and we will greet you all together. Roger Soriano, Vanessa Lodge. Christian Aviva, Angels Gate, 198. Joey Dayan, Maguindanao Lodge, number 40 of the Grand Lodge of the Philippines. Lawrence Solomon, Sunnyside Lodge, number 577. Anthony Borsi, Artesia Sunrise Lodge, number 377. Worshipful brothers, thank you. The next one is the Grand Master's Youth Support and Recipients. Awardees for the Grand Master's Youth Support Award are nominated annually by each of California's Masonic Youth Orders for their extraordinary efforts in support of California youth. The Very Worshipful Charles Cross, Metropolitan Lodge, number 352. Thank you. Thank you for your service for the Masonic youth. Now the next one is the Hiram Award, is an award presented to a Master Mason who has served their lodge and the Masonic fraternity with devotion over and above ordinary. It is awarded only at the requests of the individual's lodge and bestowed by the Grand Lodge of California. Would the Hiram Award recipients please rise for introduction as a group? All Hiram awardees, please rise. Thank you, brethren, and thank you for being here today and for your service for your respective lodges. Okay. The next men, or the past masters, to be introduced are the past masters from other lodges in attendance. These men have successfully served their respective lodges during their years as master. Would all the past masters from other lodges please rise for recognition? All past masters from other lodges, please rise for recognition. We have a lot of past masters here. Thank you. Thank you, brethren. Thank you for being here. Okay, not this one. Oh,
I'll take it from here, Worship.
okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll give you a break. Good evening, everyone. In California, Masonic lodges are organized into divisions and broken down into districts. These districts often consist of 3 or 4 lodges. Each district is supervised by a district inspector appointed by the Grand Master to assist in the management of lodges in respect to Masonic laws, rules, and regulations. There are a total of 96 district inspectors in California, and there are 2 of us here tonight. I'm going to try to do this from memory again. From Carson, a past master of William Rhodes Hervey Lodge, number 767, inspector of the 713th Masonic District, the worshipful Charles Costes, and his wife, Dulce. And I'm also from Carson, a past master of Torrance University Lodge, number 394, and I'm the inspector of the 636th Masonic District. And if you haven't heard, my name is Alan. Next to be introduced is a man who has served as an elected officer in the Grand Lodge of California in previous years. This man is from San Dimas and a past master of San Dimas Lodge, number 428, past Grand Lecturer of Masons in California, the very worshipful Jack M. Rose. Thank you, very worshipful, for joining us tonight. Last but definitely not least to be introduced is a member from Grand Lodge. The Grand Lodge of California, like a regular Blue Lodge, has various Grand Lodge officers, both appointed and elected from across the state of California, that serve for a year at a time. It is my honor to introduce one that's here tonight, and he is from Fullerton, a past master of Metropolitan Lodge, number 352, the Grand Treasurer of Masons in California, the very worshipful Charles Cross, and his wife, Sandra. Worshipful, you can have your station back.
Thank you, Worshipful Alan. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Very worshipful sirs, brethren, friends, families, guests. Oh, I think I have something here. I forgot. My message is not too long, just a brief one, and I only have some bullet points to prepare for tonight. And I thought to myself that this installation is fast approaching when I was taking care of the things, how to prepare for all of us tonight. And I thought to myself, I should be ready for this, because in writing the trestle board every month is one of your duties as part and as a member, the member of the lodge in the Three Lights. But I thought to myself, I think it is meant that I'm not going to write anything, just do it from the heart. And tonight, I would like to tell you that I knew Freemasonry back home in the Philippines because of my dad is a member of Tayabas Lodge number 43 in the Grand Lodge of the Philippines in the province of Quezon, and also a past master and a past Grand Lodge officer. Although he won't make it tonight because of his duties back home in the Philippines. He was a retired police major general in the service, and he is part of the advisory council of the Philippine National Police. I thought to myself, that is one worthy brother Mason right there. I understand that some of you might think that he should be here for the installation of a son. But I told to myself, it's okay. That's fine as long as we are communicating. Once I got qualified, every day we are texting and calling each other and FaceTime and making sure that things are well, is getting for the installation. I fully discovered Freemasonry back in 2012 when I was invited to sing in Torrance University Lodge, where during that time, it was in 2012, it was our beloved inspector, Alan Ergina, Worshipful Alan Ergina was the master at that time. I was invited by our installing officer, during that time a newly raised Mason, Worshipful Brother Jovito Recinto Rivera. He invited me to sing in the Lodge Idol. And I remember Brother Chester, I think from William Rose Harvey, was the winner. And I thought to myself, these things are really amazing because I discovered Freemasonry through music. And probably you've noticed that the logo for my term for the ensuing Masonic year is with the white and black keys in the piano and the treble clef. And also, soon after that Lodge Idol in the Torrance University, Worshipful Brother Jovito Rivera brought me to Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372, where our Master of Ceremonies, Worshipful Brother Jose Bernabe, or Halmasco Bernabe Jr., was the master. And it was a time, and from then on, it was a history. I was kissing all the hands of all the members of the lodge because I was told by my dad that if you meet a Mason, they're your fathers, they're your dads. It doesn't matter if you're a Dimole or a member of the Rainbow Friends or the Job's daughter, but they're your Masonic family. So I was trained that way, and I was kissing all their hands, and you remember it, for those of you who's been here in this lodge. And the rest was history. I've enjoyed the fellowship, I have discovered it, and I loved it. And every single time I go back to this lodge, or any Masonic lodge, the passion is still the same when I first started. And of course, it was a term of Worshipful Brother Michael Edmond Bundad Santos when he appointed me as the senior deacon. And now here I am today, standing before you and as the master of Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372. This is totally different from what I have experienced in the past, because every time there's an installation, I will be in the easts as well, but not as the master or an installed chaplain or the treasurer or even the secretary, but as a person or a brother who would be giving a musical intermission. And the very worshipful Charles Cross is one of the witness in that. And of course, also the very worshipful Jack Rose as well. And those things, those opportunities opened up more of my understanding and more of my passion in Freemasonry. For next year, it is just simple for me. I would like to promote, to spread the light of Freemasonry. I would like to promote, to increase our members in our lodge, because every time we have gatherings and fellowship, we are the ones that's always here, and we have to share in our community and make a difference of being a Mason. And that is what I ask of the officers and the members of this lodge. Let's have an open mind and a self-reflection on how we can improve to increase our membership, and not just for this lodge, but as a Mason in California. And lastly, I'd like to explain to you, or probably this is not the last, but just to explain to you the meaning of my logo. You'll see in the compass the black keys, as I mentioned earlier, the white and black keys in the piano. If in music if we do not have harmony and we create dissonance, it will sound like this. However, if we have harmony, just like us in our lodge, the piano or the music will sound like this. My brothers, it is just simple that I have learned during the time when I was a senior warden and all those Masonic educations and trainings from the Grand Lodge, that harmony is the strength of our society. And as a musician, as you probably know that I'm a professional musician, I always aim for harmony. I'd like to end this message to thank each and every one of you for electing me as your master for this lodge, Gardena Moneta Lodge number 372. The ladies, the sisters, that I have discovered that they have invested a lot of our, for the dining hall, for all of this, that we can use every time we have an occasion. And I appreciate all of you who supported me. I'm thankful for all of you who shared their generosity in making this event possible. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And we'll have all night to mention all your names, and I don't want to forget your names, but thank you so much. And of course, Worshipful Randy Alikna, and for being our junior past right now, thank you so much for always being there for us. We always have our talk over the phone and giving advices for the two of us, and together with Brother Arvid, on how we can improve ourselves so we can better serve our lodge. Thank you so much, Worshipful Randy. I know I may not be as good as you when you do your speech. It's very moving and endearing, and I've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. And of course, to all of you, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much, and that's it. I'd like to make a special mention that when I invited the Bethel 97 Burbank and the Dimole to present our flag and to do the benediction, thank you so much. And I am as a teacher, as a music educator, I am a supporter of our youth orders, and we are the example as Masons that we support our youth orders. Okay, I have a presentation for our installing team, for our junior past master first, Worshipper Brother Randy Alikna. Brother Secretary, do we have it? We have here the, what is this? A past master gold card, Randy Alikna. Here you go, Worshipful Brother. Thank you. And we have here a past master's certificate. Thank you, past master. And your beautiful apron. Look at this. So beautiful. I think it's handmade, Worshipful, right? Thank you. Your past master's apron. And I have another one. Brother Assistant Secretary, please assist. we have this Masonic clock that we have with your name on it. Randy Alikna, Past Master, Worshipful Master, Masonic Year 2024, Gardena Moneta Lodge, number 372. Also, our next presentation for our installing team, for the installing chaplain. Oh, you know what? I have a microphone here. See? There you go. Hello. Okay. Worshipful Brother Michael Edmond Santos, Past Master, installing chaplain. Thank you so much, Worshipful Sir. Thank you, Worship. And for our Master of Ceremonies, Worshipful Brother Jose Jun Bernabe, a Past Pastor. There you go. And for our installing officer, Worshipful Brother Jovito Recinto Rivera. Also, to complete my presentation, I have prepared a beautiful bouquet of flowers for our ladies, or for the ladies of Gardena Moneta Lodge. Brother Marshall, could you please assist me? Oh, Tio, you have a little presentation? Okay, okay. Here, okay. What?
Pass the mic, please.
Okay.
Dear Dad, thank you for showing me how to be a leader and a wise person. To the Gardena Moneta Lodge 272, thank you for supporting my lovely, lovely father.
Dad, this watch is a token of my appreciation for everything you've done for me. I hope it brings you as much joy as you bring to our family every day.
Thank you, Abby. Are there any more presentations? Are there any presentations? That's it. Okay, before we do our final benediction, we would like to remind everyone to please wait for the officers to retire to go to the Glansholm reception hall for fellowship and dinner, afterwards followed by the installing officers. Huh? Oh, okay. So we'll have the benediction. Yeah. That concludes our installation ceremonies. Officers?
Yeah. Thank you very much. The guests can follow after.
Yung ano mo sa Gardena, ayos na. Kapag isang
Yeah.